these children know what you
What
see what they know. And see, the solution is not shutting them up
or hiding.
Let them talk. See, I ask them, is there a girl that you like in your class? See, me too. There's you know, they want to try to know. They'll tell you, no, there's no. They like, see, me too. There's a boy. They will tell you and make them feel okay about it. It's a normal thing. Yeah. It's supposed to happen. Just help them tell their emotions correctly.
Father needs to do better, and mothers needs to do better towards their son.
Tell them.
There was this content that I watched that the young girl, maybe she should be around maybe 4 or 5, was telling her mom that, Mommy, there is this guy that was crushing on me. I said, okay.
4 years old.
I'm telling you. She said, so how do you react? How do you feel? I like you.
Then you want to tell that child, okay, it is okay to like him, but
so she was now like, I so much love that actually. So that's why I said relationship at times, it matters.
Of course.
It really, really matters.
And it starts when you don't overreact with small issues.
Welcome to Tebiba Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tebiba Podcast. Tebiba Podcast is a platform that has been established to spark meaningful conversations, explore big ideas, and, cause you to think deeply about different issues in the society. My name is Sunshine, and I'm your host for today. Happy to be here. And I have 2 intelligent minds here with me to share their thoughts as well. The first person is Mercy. Drum roll.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so nice joining you again.
Thank you for joining us. And we also have Burning Fingers.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank
nice
you.
to see you again.
Yes. Thank you for joining us again.
You.
Right. We've had different interesting topics on this show, in different episodes. And today's one won't be any less interesting. So let's just get in. Now, there have been so many, should I say, culturally shocking things, especially for those of us in this part of the world, Nigeria, Africa. And there have been different things that have been happening. We know about the different identity rights and all of that, LGBT and the rest of them. And closely linked to it, to this identity issue is where we also have issues around sexuality when it comes to children. Yes, especially children. Now, what at a point, I'm sure many parents will probably even be wondering, what am I supposed to do, in all of this, in this age of technology, AI, ChatGPT, so many things. Children now have access to tools that even their parents may not know about. They now have access to content that their parents may not be able to vet before they even look at it. So many things. Now, all this story is just to say, at what point should parents actually start educating their children when it comes to issues of sexuality or even sex as a topic? Because really, let's look at it. For the longest time, I just mentioned LGBTQ and the rest, and we still know that till today, there are some places where it still sounds like one heavy word that is forbidden for you to mention and all of that. But these concepts are real, right? They are around us. We can't really shy away from it. So, really, should children be excluded when it comes to the issues of sex education? What are the things that they need to know? So from my end, I think that we cannot shy away from sex education for children, especially because the rate at which explicit content is available involuntarily, like without you looking for it, is really high. The rate at which children can stumble on an ad that is explicit in all the ways you can think about is scary. So at the end of the day, instead of their parents, to wait for the doomsday that will arrive when they find their children doing unthinkable things or they are reported from school, there are actually things that parents need to start teaching their children. Of course, there may be, limits to what they can tell them, limits to what they can say and all. But I really think that parents can't shy away from it. And I know there are so many things rooted in these parents' minds as well. There's a cultural beliefs, there's religious, there are religious considerations, there are moral considerations. But really, are you not the first person to protect your child before your child goes into the outside world? Like, that's what I think. That's real.
You've actually said a lot, but this is what I would say when it comes to children's sex education and all of that. You know, in the time past, that has not been. But I think in this time, age and times, people have been doing that. Only the ignorance would say, no, they should not. Even though in school they are teaching them now, but about 20 years, 25 years ago, at least I can say you cannot even bring it up as a topic.
True.
Even though why wasting is you cannot even gist about it. Because you would see it as they've made us to see it as a sin, as immoral,
a taboo, like something you can't mention,
that you can't mention, and something you cannot. But if I would remember very vividly, because we have some brothers that time that they would say, that lady, this lady, this girl, you know all those things. You know what you were saying. So we just be laughing, but we cannot contribute. We cannot say anything. And I think a lot of guys, a lot of children like that grew up that way. We cannot say it. We can't. They can
but
only
they knew what was happening.
They knew what was happening.
Yeah.
They cannot say it out. They actually knew what was going on, but they cannot come out and say they were involved. You know, we have some sisters here that say, where's your girlfriend now? I said,
This is so
Yes, it's the truth.
I did not know what it means. And it was a lie. They were some girls.
Teenagers,
They say, hey, is it your boyfriend? He said, no, hello, my God forbid.
And this thing you said about schools, it just made me remember something. I saw some time ago that there are actually schools abroad now. Not now, this is not even about sex education. Going back to the issue of LGBT and stuff, there are actually nursery schools that they have textbooks tailored to these identities.
Of
And
course.
not just textbooks, cartoons.
So if these things are already in like schools, it's scary. I don't know, for parents that are probably conservatives, it's actually scary for them because that means these children are going to school and you probably don't know what they will be taught from morning till afternoon, right? 5 days a week for 3 months. Like just calculate the amount of time it has taken them to internalize all of that. And so if this thing is going to be taught to them in school directly or indirectly,
they should have been taught from home first, right?
I really think so.
Is that
I
what
really
you
think
think?
so.
It should have started from home. But how can you give what you don't understand? Some parents don't even understand.
That's something.
The way we were brought up was, don't let a man touch you.
Exactly.
If a man touch you, you will get pregnant.
Some parents even stopped into parenting. Do you understand? Like they were not even ready to be parents before.
So how do you think they will now treat or teach their kids about even not only kids from let's say even to 10 years, 12 and upwards, like that, teenagers. So how do they want to teach them? Because they don't know the right thing to say. They don't know how to teach them.
Communicate it.
How to communicate it. And I think I saw a movie like that where the parents, they doing their sex education. I mean, they brought in pictures. You see, this is called this.
Yeah.
This is called this.
Yes.
When this comes into this thing happens. You know,
they were really graphic about
they were graphic, and the children were asking questions. Mommy, why are you crying? When daddy was at the nurse, I said, no, we're not crying. We're enjoying something. So some parents will have to calm down. Okay, this is what it's all about. The children will ask questions. Me too, I can. I don't know.
That's where the caution will now come in.
But you telling them, don't do this, this thing
that avoidance is the problem.
And because curiosity can make you to want to try that.
Especially when you don't help them tailor that curiosity correctly.
Please, before we continue with sex education, because I feel like Bonnie Fingers has a lot she wants to say. But let me just, let me take a bit of time from you. Now, I think around us here there's a socket or something. Have you been to where toddlers are? Toddlers, like children between 1 year and 3 years. They know that their parents, every time they come to where this socket is, their parents will say, leave it, don't go, right? Yeah. The moment that parent is not there, that thing you said they should not go see them. Children are curious. Like these days of in the internet and tools stimulating them all the time. They're always watching something. They're always do. The curiosity is even like at a crazy level. So I don't know, parents trying to deny that in the process of trying to be conservative in a world that is radical.
They will get the truth outside. If you lie to them at home, they will get the truth outside, and they will not bring the truth home. They will make the truth. They will convert the truth to themselves, and the only thing you will know is the result of the truth.
And it depends on the kind of truth they learn. What aspects of the truth that they learn?
They will, even though if it is negative or positive, you shall see one way, because that will be different from the lies that you have told them. You told them that don't let a man touches you,
or don't let a man come close to you.
Come close to you, or don't let a man. You know, there is this this family, this woman mother online that will say, you teach their children how to sit down. Do like this. Oh yeah, do like that. That's how you sit down. What's this place? You tell them this place is for God and all of that. No man, no stranger should touch. I think that way it is better because of the age. And by the time such child, the girl grows, she will understand very, very well, instead of, telling her lies that, see, once they touch you like this, hey.
Please, I really want to hear from Bonnie Fingers.
They realize that, this boy touched me.
And nothing happened.
For me too, at some point, I was expecting. There was even a time I was like, hey, I'm already pregnant. Because it looked like that was what I was told.
Okay, you two, you were told that?
Yes, not directly, but somehow it was communicated to me. Like, don't. And children want to know why you are telling them not to do something. That's how curious they can be. You tell them don't do this and why. Tell them the reason. That's the proper way to educate the child. Don't just give them rules. They will rebel.
Of course.
And it's very sad and unfortunate that sex is a word. And why can't we pronounce that word? It's a. I have a beef with people.
Not in church.
Yes. See, that's where my beef is. I don't have a beef with the church, but I have an issue with not being able to pronounce that word. Why? What's so sacred or holistic about the word sex that we cannot pronounce? And you see these children, I had a privilege to be part of teenagers, training teenagers at some point, like children and teenagers, and I got to realize that these people, these children know what you see what they know. And see, the solution is not shutting them up
or hiding.
Let them talk. See, I ask them, is there a girl that you like in your class? See, me too. There's they want to try to know. They'll tell you, no, there's no. They like, see, me too. They will tell you and make them feel okay, but it's a normal thing. Yeah. It's supposed to happen. Just help them tell their emotions correctly.
Father needs to do better, and mothers needs to do better towards their son.
Tell them.
There was this content that I watched that the young girl, maybe she should be around maybe 4 or 5, was telling her mom that, Mommy, there is this guy that was crushing on me. I said,
okay. 4 years old.
I'm telling you. She said, you don't say anything. So how do you react? How do you feel? I like you.
Then you want to tell that child, okay, it is okay to like him, but
so she was now, I so much love that actually. So that's why I said relationship at times, it matters.
Of course.
It really, really matters.
And it starts when you don't overreact with small issues. Because now, because the truth is Nigeria, Africa, because that's the context we are even in now. But of course, this is a global platform. But for Nigeria and Africa, we still know that there are still some places that are conservative about this topic of sex. Yeah. So if you know that it's still a conservative or sacred issue where you are, you can't afford to be aloof when it comes to your parenting. So for instance, your child breaks a plate, they are afraid to tell you. If your child is afraid to tell you that they broke a plate, that they made a mistake,
that somebody did this to me.
So I think that these things, I'm not a parent, none of us here is a parent yet, but at least with our own bits of experience and what we've observed, what we've seen, what we've read, guilt makes people distant. Okay, we are Christians, right? So sometimes when we even do something that is wrong, right? Relating with God as your father kinds of feel off. Because you feel like I've done what this person does not like. So but with parents, right? And at the end of the day, yes, we know God is the ultimate parent of everybody in the world. But with parents, it's going to be very sad when your children can't admit, your child or your children can't admit to you that, oh, I made a mistake here, or I was tempted to cheat in my exam, or like things that they should actually be able to say it. Because when you now open it and say, oh, I also experienced something like that, or I know something like, you don't throw away what they say. You don't try
make
to make
them
it
feel that what they have
It
done
doesn't
is...
mean that you won't be a disciplinarian. It doesn't stop that fact. You can have the kind of beautiful relationship with your children where they know that I can't do this. My mom would not love this. My mom will spank me if I do this. Yet they can come to you and tell you anything.
Yes.
I did this.
Yes.
I did something wrong. I know that my mom will rebuke me. Then I have the confidence to tell her, because you know that my mom loves me.
Of course.
Even if she is going to rebuke me, she will do it out of love.
True.
Not, there's a way. There's a way parents make you feel like making a mistake is a sin or is a wrong thing. And it is beautiful to make mistakes. Yes. You should not shut a child up. Or another thing is being too busy? Or shunning.
Okay, you don't have
Shunning your
time.
at the time that your child wants to talk to you, please. I can't remember where I saw that, but this particular parent was very busy. A very busy parent, has money, has everything. And the child, wanted to not really say anything, but just wanted. He put aside everything he was doing, dropped his laptop and carried the child and
Give
all
the
of
child
that.
the attention.
That attention. There was another example, Pastor Emmanuel Iren, he was ministering and his baby crawled up. I think first time, second time, he had to seek. This is who Emmanuel Iren is, and he had to seek permission, carry his baby and this boy needs this, da. So it is beautiful to let them know, let your child be able to vouch for you, that my mommy or my dad will pay attention to, will listen to me.
Let them see you as a human, not as one far off alien.
Yes.
No, to be very honest, some people, they live with their parents at home and all
As
that, but they don't.
There's no cordial
Or when you hear the car horn, everybody.
that one. That one.
It's not nice.
Do you now know that this allowing the children to be who they are, or allowing them to talk to you, giving them their own voice and about sex education for children has actually spoiled the West. In a way that when you have taught them, so they want to experience it.
No, now that's where the
intentionally
morality and religion now comes in.
Okay.
Yes, because when there are also, of course, you should tell, sex is a biological thing, right? So when you've taught them the biology aspect, then they are
not even telling them a biology aspect. They are just telling them the natural or
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Part,
this is what
is your body.
Yes, but there is a way. That's why even as parents, as a person, even for those of us that are yet to be parents that might be watching, your moral convictions have to be strong too. And
your
also
conduct.
and your conduct and your if you're religiously aligned, because of course we know that different people will watch this. But what we're trying to say is, we're not saying you should not teach them or you should teach them. Whatever you choose to do, let there also be principles that you'll be teaching your children. Let them know, for example, that life is governed by laws. Let them know, for example, that there's sowing and reaping. You can't do this and this will not happen. So, of course, I know children can be different in different, of course, they're human beings too. They have different temperaments and personalities. You know that one of your child is probably more stubborn than the other. One is likely to still go and be curious, even when you have told them, if you press that iron will burn you. Some will still want to check.
Is it true?
Why some will not even near the iron again?
Yes. But even at that, one thing I've had to learn is that you can't love people away from consequences. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. You need to let these children know that I've already told you this and this, and especially, we started from children, right? Children can be 5 years old or 12 or 18, right? Depending on what level or what age your child is. But what I'm trying to say is that as you're giving them sex education as appropriate for their age, of course, you should start letting them know the consequences gradually. I don't know if you get. So, for example, a child that is 15, 16, 17 that is going to go to university very soon, you should start letting that one know that the consequences of this sex matter is more serious than what you told them when you were 5 and 12. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's fine. That's a good one.
Yes, parents need to let their children know that, okay, I told you this some years ago. Now, this is the part I did not tell you. If it happens like this, this is what's going to happen. In fact, some very dramatic parents will say, if this will happen, you will leave my house. Do you get what I mean? So, of course, I'm not even, yes, some people will threaten, but some people are not necessarily threatening. They're letting you know that this one, this is how it is going to be. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
you should give them sex education. Yes, you should be loving to them, but let them know the consequence.
Of course.
Do you get? Let them, so if they now choose to do it or not do it, they know that, okay, it's not like my mom was being wicked or my dad was being wicked. Of course, nobody prays for anything bad to happen. Nobody wants their children to disgrace them and all. But the world is already the way it is. Parents can't afford to live in delusion, in denial. They can't.
Really?
They can't.
Really?
These days that people post explicit stuff, people that sell, I just have to say, the people that sell sex toys, they put it on their WhatsApp status.
Very
Do you
well.
get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So, how many things do you want to monitor on your child's phone? WhatsApp status of another person. This one is not a Facebook post. It's not. And you know the way some people don't even check, like they don't search for a particular person. They just scroll through WhatsApp like as the status. So what do you want to check? How many things do you want to check? Do you understand?
That's why you have to also watch the company of your children. Because even though you have trained your child in a godly way, you've taught him about sex education very well, you will still see that friend that will tell him or her that see what you are doing, it does not matter. Imagine in this age and time telling someone that virginity is nothing. It does not count to anything. It does not amount to anything because of the trauma that they have. You know, we still see some big sisters that are telling younger girls because of what they have gone through. So they can still tell them that it does not matter, Jerry. And you still see some big brothers, they will be telling younger guys that, you are still young, enjoy your life, do whatever you have to do. Are you telling me that those people, they never have the experience to know that this thing is wrong?
I think that's where the issue of consequences that Sunshine mentioned. You know, you mentioned children still going to do what they've been, giving the knowledge or insight about that. This, if you do this, if you have sex with a guy, you're going to get pregnant, or this is the possible end result, outcome. It is very important. See, we cannot, because some children may eventually still do those things, now decide that we're not going to talk about it. It's very important to still talk about it. But I believe that the way you communicate it is important. Okay. You cannot be a mother or a parent, so to say, and you are educating your children on, how to be moral, giving them sex education and all of that, and you are not conducting yourself morally. It is not possible. For example, you're a single mother.
You're not showing them the way.
You have children, maybe 2 children, 2 boys, and then you have a boyfriend or a man that you plan to be with eventually. Even if you want to be with that man, you cannot be doing some things in their presence, kissing and all of those things. Trust me, they will experiment. You're just you're giving them theory. That's practical. Trust me, they will do it. Even it is normal for you because you're an adult. You can choose to do all of those things, especially if it is within the confines of the right marriage and all of that. But please, mind how you kiss in front of
children. This one too.
You will see some men, they're hitting the butts of their wives. And they're only playing with their wives. It's normal, it's nice, but do it in your bedroom. These children, when you've taught them about sex education, that's it. If they do it outside, that is what my daddy did for my mommy. They are right, don't rebuke them. Yes, they are right, because you gave them theory and practical.
You should tell them
you give them the full curriculum,
to receive it.
Let them know
until you are married.
You see, daddy and mom is married. That's why there are certain things. So don't confuse them.
And it is more important that you don't allow an external person to teach them.
Yes, please.
Because external person that is teaching them, that sister, that uncle, brother, that is teaching your child about sex education, because you cannot teach them, or because you are shying away from it, they will eventually experiment it on them. Because we sometimes we only talk about the molestation of the female child. What about the male child?
Yes, that's something.
Yeah, there are so many guys that struggle.
Guys that have been traumatic because of what some big sisters, from what some sisters have done
to guys.
Yes.
So many guys are into gazing today because their uncle, their nephew, I say nephew.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Environment.
Because of one big brother somewhere that
Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Don't
honestly.
allow it.
So I think that on this podcast now, we currently don't have like a pediatrician or a professional that would actually be able to spell it to us that, okay, this is what is appropriate for this age. But we really want to encourage parents that are viewing to do that due diligence. Find out. Even many of us in our churches, we have these professionals, but we don't always call them to speak.
Child psychologists.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. We need these professionals to now be done saying, okay, at this age, what can a child understand? What should I tell the child? Okay, at this age, because at the end of the day, we've mentioned it that so age. We may not be able to professionally advise you because it's a public platform. Do you understand?
Sunshine. Sorry.
No problem.
It is not only when professional even comes. You know your children. Just observe them. Even when you have 2-3 children, you cannot tell them the same thing the same way.
Yes.
True. So you should be able to know which one
can take
what you are about to say. You can call one and split everything out because you know how he or she will understand, will receive it and will keep it. And you call the other two. What you told the first one
you might not
will
say
not be the exact way you will teach.
Yes.
So it requires wisdom for you to grow up children and train them in a way, especially in this so-called topic, sex education and all of that. You have some, they just need to see some movies that are godly and indirectly that will explain it to them. Yes. Some you need to take them, give them examples. Shori boda lagbaja.
And talking about examples is also very interesting and is usually beneficial when you have experiences like you can use your life. So many parents, I feel, they shy away from telling their children their experiences. Tell them what you want.
They are not the best in their class. They are not the one that have collected all the prizes.
Yes.
They are not the A students.
And not in a way to scare them. Not in a way to scare them or make them feel like, if I do this, say it to them, communicate it in an understanding way.
It boils down to their capacity
to receive.
Yes.
Because you can say that, okay, you want to tell them, and the child can eventually resent you.
Yes.
Well, we've seen it now. That's how you two shaking it because of what they have actually. You know that your children, this girl has high temperament to actually come back at you, to spill some things. They can go and tell someone outside that my mommy, she be shaking it.
And also, you won't have a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Like a teenager.
That's what I'm saying. You should
even from 14, this age and time, even from 14. Let's not forget that puberty has even changed because of the changes in diet. You know the things you know the things our parents ate for breakfast when we were going to school. It's not what we eat for breakfast when we were going to school. What I'm trying to say is that puberty has been sped up. You see people in 10, 11, 12 already having menstruation. Please, how long can you delay? Let me even leave it at 10. How long can you delay sex education for that person? Because she's already seen a period. So what are you saying? What do you want to tell her that is not, that is too much? Do you understand? Of course, you may not be able to go into all the details and all of that, but there are some things they have to stand with. It is just what it is. It is just what it is. Some people, let's be honest, some parents also, we said it down, some parents stumbled into parenting. It's not like they were ready for it. Maybe something happened or whatever. Some parents still need therapy. Some parents still need counseling.
Yes,
so for that, they may not be able to, on a neutral ground, actually teach their children about sex education. So that means they still need the help of trusted counselors, people to still guide them. Now, it may not be those counselors that will teach the children directly, but they will guide the parents. Okay, this is what you can do. This is how you can say.
What would you say to people who do not have money?
Who do not have
money to
who do not have the money. That's why I said even within their social circles, these people exist in their churches, in their mosques, in their maybe among the friends that you know. There's usually somebody that you can still, at least the person may not be a full-fledged professional as you want to, but there might be some, okay, for instance, you might have this elderly person. When I say elderly, the person is not necessarily 50, 70, you, maybe like in her 40s or 50s that has maybe well-brought-up children, for instance. And you might just, have a chat as a parent with the person, how did you put your children through about so? Of course, you guys should have alignments in values because people can be funny. But you can speak to these people and then they can guide you. Okay, this was how I addressed this. This was how I addressed this. And all of that. I know that till today, this topic is still taboo for some people. But we have to stop. We have to remove the cloud that we have placed around it. We just have to. Yeah, wow, this has been really good.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Even though when people still know about it. It's just sad that they can still, in a way, channel it wrong.
Of course, you don't have any control over how they choose to use the information.
Because why will you? I heard of a lady saying that what she's doing today, it was because she wants to use it and pepper
to get back at her parents. That's very, very sad.
Because they are telling her that you should not do this, you should not do that, and she's like, that thing. I said, I will now take it as a job.
Wow.
She now enjoys it. She is now a job.
Imagine.
Marketing,
that's sad.
Doing promo.
You're just so weird.
Because you want to get back to your parents.
Get back at the parents. That's sad. That's sad.
At your parents, that because they are telling you this is the right way. They show you I think such people are just children of perdition.
Well, we cannot do without some situations like that.
Of course, there are always exceptions.
But everything just boils down to the fact that sex education is very important. Very, very important. And it's not out of place to mention these words. I sincerely look forward to, a society where it is normal, where sex can be pronounced just like book, just like pen, and everybody's fine. And some of these is actually, it's just the
start
mind.
looking at you as if you are...
Then in secondary school, they tell you, you're spoiled. See what you're saying. And you see this person telling you that you're spoiled. What they are thinking, what they are doing, and really, is it that is it you're not pronouncing that word? Is that what makes you holy or makes you a good child? No. So let's talk about this thing.
They didn't understand.
It doesn't bite.
It doesn't. Please, that's why I'm going to stop. It doesn't actually bite.
It does not bite. Talk about
Thank you so much for coming. Yes, virtually coming. So our podcast episode today, we really hope that we were able to make you uncomfortable, so that you can be comfortable in the right direction.
Exactly.
And that you will start having these conversations with your friends, your family members, your church members.
In a good way.
Yes, please.
And we also want to read your comments about what you think about this topic today. Then when you start having these conversations too, come back to the podcast and, to the comments. Tell us what your feedback has been or what your experience has been. We will appreciate Tebiba Media for constantly backing us up on this podcast.
Thank you.
Series, as well as Tebiba
Publisher.
Yes. And we look forward to having you and other people as well join us, because we know that you're going to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, all of that.
Yeah.
Right? We have a deal. So we'll come your way again. Bye.
Bye.